Welcome to the second annual Pittsburgh Classic 300 from the Pittsburgh Super Speedway as we gear up for this historic race. A lot of things riding on the line today, just the points battle between Bill Steinbach and Steve Brown, as Steve Brown tries to win on the one-year anniversary of himself being in Three Rivers RC. Today's race, many challenges face these drivers, the bumps in the track, the only surface that we run on all year that is asphalt. So get ready for some rock and ready Super Speedway racing. Getting ready to go green in the feature event with 3 spectacular camera angles and 3 spectacular drivers. Steve Brown on the pole, Chad Limberner in second, and Bill Steinbach in third place. Get ready for some rough and ready Super Speedway racing from the Pittsburgh Super Speedway.
Three, two, one, go.
And the flagman drops the flag, and the green flag is out. A bit of a rocky start for Steve Brown. Chad Limberner gets a little bit loose down the short chute for the first time this afternoon. Steve Brown and Chad Limberner get together. Bill Steinbach is the leader down the super stretch. He's going to hit one of the bumps and spin out and surrender the lead to Steve Brown.
Okay, here we go. Oh, look at that horrendous wreck for Limberner there. He's on the backstretch. They'll head towards the start-finish line. Both of them have wrecked now, and Brown is going to lead lap number 1 as he knocks over a cone in the corner of turn 1.
Chad Limberner now in third position, trying to catch up to the back of Bill Steinbach in that number 80 Chevy Chevelle.
And he was moving at a rocketing pace there, but he hits a tire, and that'll put him even further down. Walks out onto the track to get a little more reception for his car, and he'll continue to move down there in the sharp turn number 3. Looks like Steinbach has some trouble at the bottom of your screen there in the sand pit. And look at Limberner's antenna down. That's why he had to go onto the track to get reception. Brown is in quite an advantage here as he starts on the super stretch.
Bill Steinbach spins out going towards turn 3, allowing Limberner to try to catch up to him, only to get himself into a tire. They're both spinning out in turn 3 this time. Steve Brown goes towards turn 1 in the Bear Claw. Fighting for position down the super stretch. Chevy versus Plymouth. Plymouth has won that battle.
And Steinbach is having more trouble there, heading towards the start-finish line from turn number 4. Look how far ahead Brown is. Amazing today. Look at his car. It's so stable on this track compared to the other two. Oh, and he'll hit a cone, but he'll stay on the track there, lap 5. Now, there's a new rule here today. If you do happen to cut through the center there, you have to make your way back onto the track within one of those marking devices. So if you go out on one of those cones like Steinbach did there on the super stretch, you have to get your car back onto the track by the next one of those cones. Very good rule by the sanctioning body.
Now the caution procedures are similar to a road course. If you fall 3/4 of a lap down, therefore that brings out a yellow flag. And forget the yellow flag, we're back to green flag conditions as the cars are bouncing over those bumps up through the kink, turn number 2. All 3 drivers have some trouble, it looks like, especially Bill Steinbach. Had to go on the track, fix the antenna on that Chevy.
Chad Limberner's leading here, and Brown you saw him trying to weave as he went around that stretch, and now Limberner's car is dying here. His antenna has fallen down after that horrendous wreck there that we mentioned on one of the earlier laps. His antenna actually broke into the body of the car, so it looks like he's going to have some reception issues all day long here. Look at Steinbach fixing Brown and fixing himself, and that'll give Brown the lead, and Steinbach is very disoriented, looks like, and he'll hit the gravel pit and continue to move. Pardon me, the sand pit there. No gravel here today. I'm thinking of the Moon Speedway road course.
Bill Steinbach trying to pass Steve Brown to lead a single lap to keep Steve from attempting to lead every lap in this race and earning himself a 1 bonus point.
Yeah, Brown's car is the most stable, and that's proven through all the laps he's led today. He's led every single one so far, and that tick just increases one more time as he goes around onto the front stretch here.
Limberner back to third place. As you can see, he's coming towards you on the screen on the super stretch as Steve Brown just comes out of turn 3. Second caution of the day for Chad Limberner's spin in turn 4 as he was coming onto the home stretch. Getting ready for the restart. Now, there is no slowdown line here. It's just by the driver's preference. Steinbach comes around to take the middle lane. Now, there are 4 lanes at this track. Drivers have that one extra choice, unlike every other track on the schedule. Steve Brown making sure his car is okay. Chad's coming around. Looks like he will take the lane right to the right of Steve Brown, and the green flag is back out up towards turn 1. Halfway this time by lap 10 of 20.
Okay, here we go. Looks like Steinbach and Brown now are fighting for that advantage as Limbrunner is just left in the dust there after the bear claw and into turn number 2. Brown will take the lead here from Steinbach as we saw them going around that checkered flag cone today. Oh, and Brown having a lot of trouble here. Looks like Steinbach will pass him. Yes, Steinbach will have the lead going into turn 4, and he will lead that lap.
Bill Steinbach still holding on to that lead. Heading towards turn number 3 as Brown just comes out of turn 2. Chad Limburner just coming into turn number 1 as Steve Brown hits that cone. Bill Steinbach up into the sand. He'll get really loose, do a 360, and he'll continue on driving. Back towards turn number 1, and Steve Brown just crosses the stripe upside down on his passenger side door. He will come onto the track, kick that car back on all 4 wheels, and we will continue on with green flag racing.
Yeah, it looks like Limburner would flip there too. He picked up his car as well, and they'll keep moving. Limburner now in 3rd place, Steinbach in a distant 1st place, and Brown in 2nd as we see the cars there battling out towards turn number 3. Brown's car seems to have died there on the backstretch. He'll run out onto the center of the track there, the infield, as well as Limbrunner trying to get that car to move. He's having reception problems, as we said, and he'll cut Brown off, and Brown will flip him.
Wow, what a flip for Chad Limbrunner on lap 15. No caution, though. He was able to get that car back on all 4 wheels. That Plymouth will roll on in 3rd place, while Ford in 2nd, piloted by Steve Brown, and Bill Steinbach up front in that Chevy. Steve Brown is off the pace, and the car has come to rest.
Yeah, right outside turn number 3 there, we see Brown's car just not moving at all, still. He'll walk out onto the track, continuing to try to move his car, just will not work. We have a yellow flag here on lap 15 and a red flag. Now, this could be a very bad sign for Brown. He's led almost every lap coming into today. Steinbach has only taken the lead from him a few times these last couple laps here.
The first major mechanical failure of the season. Steve Brown suffering from a battery connection issue that has taken him out of the race. Now, because this is a super speedway, instead of the normal lap 20s, this race is only a total of 20 laps. So if he made it to lap 10, which he did, in the lead, in fact, he will get 3rd place points. So we just have Chad Limburner and Bill Steinbach remaining. And Chad is suffering from reception problems also. Get ready for some rough and ready racing. The green flag is back out. It's now a duel between Chevrolet and Plymouth on a heartbreaking day for Steve Brown as he had the dominant car all thus far to the point where his car, the battery actually died. His team will have to check that out before the next race.
Thankfully, he made it halfway, and he will get 3rd place points, as you just heard before. Now he's able to run the camera instead of running his car, so we will have a better camera angle of the start-finish line moving towards the end of this event. And look at this. We see the Plymouth's antenna just dragging there as he's still having reception problems, Limbrunner is. He'll spin out like that, and that'll give Steinbach the lead. Steinbach a lot more stable after that break. Look at him continuing to move on here with the lead into turn number 3. He'll cut that corner tight. Limbrunner going wide on that stretch, and they hit the super stretch there as looks like Limbrunner got loose. Steinbach goes to the outside hard.
And Limbrunner's up into the grass, so he'll have to run onto the track. Bill Steinbach got loose out of turn number 4, went in the infield. No harm, no foul there, though. And Bill Steinbach has quite the lead over Chad Limbrunner. You can see Bill coming out of turn number 3 there. Limbrunner just in turn number 2 as Bill works his way down the super stretch towards turn number 4. He will come around, cross the stripe once again. Quite the edge over that Plymouth.
I mean, he's losing about 2.5 seconds a lap here if he keeps this rate up, Limbrunner is. He's only crossing the start-finish line now, and he seems to have worked out the reception issues, but still, he needs to get a faster car pretty quick here. And we have a yellow flag here on lap 18. Limbrunner having a lot of trouble there. He looks to be doing some sort of work on his car. Looks like the tire may have fallen off. Here's a beautiful view of that 70 Chevelle SS.
Check out that big rear spoiler on that car to add downforce, but it's not really working for Bill Steinbach today. You can see his car all over this track.
I think the balance in his car needs to be weight versus that wonderful spoiler that he's screwed onto the back of that car. In a battle here for position.
What an incredible restart for Bill Steinbach. He'll get into the right rear quarter panel of Chad Limburner. Going into turn number 3, Limburner lost that advantage to Steinbach, though. They're both loose and off the pace. That might hurt Limburner right there, getting spun out in turn number 3 all by himself. Bill Steinbach all over the track up into the sand. He'll spin out, coming around the track to the white flag.
Yeah, he got caught in the sand there as he went right around. Usually you can do a 360 and rebound pretty well, but that time it just wasn't able to happen. And he gets back onto the track, utilizing that rule of you have until the next cone to get back on the speedway. He does so, and look at this lead for Limburner coming to the checkered flag.
Steinbach off of turn number 3 down the super stretch. Limburner spins out. He's up into the grass. Bill Steinbach has a shot. He might lose it, though, as he gets up into the cone. He still has a chance to draft up to the back of that Plymouth, but no, he'll run out of time. Chad Limburner victorious at the Pittsburgh Super Speedway. Bill Steinbach in second position. Here's an instant replay of this great finish. You can see he hit that bump and a little bit of the sand there that got him out of control. He went up into the grass. And Bill Steinbach got a little too excited, caught up into the cones there, and that just ended his chance of winning this race.
Yeah, he probably could have won there if he did not get distracted by what Limburner was doing on the outside of the track there. Limburner had quite a lead. Then he ruined it, hitting it up into the grass. His car could not move at all. He was running out onto the speedway, fixed his car just in time as Steinbach was hitting some cones.
A great day of racing from the Pittsburgh Super Speedway, and the next time you see us right here in the Three Rivers RC Racing Channel, we'll be road course racing for the second time of the year at the Mountain Range Raceway.